Today we will be learning some cool questions for interview about var variables in JavaScript. So basically how this video will progress, I will ask you a question. If you already have knowledge, you can pause the video and try to think of the answer and then again come back to the video to see my explanation. And if you are a new JavaScript programmer, then you can just understand the concepts without thinking about the questions. So let's get started about these cool questions. So my example one is this. I have just uncommented this. You can pause the video and tell whether it will give undefined or whether it will give error. So I hope you would have thought of the solution. So basically, in JavaScript there are two phases. One is memory allocation phase, and other is execution phase. So when you write code such as var a equals 10 and you console.log a, then it will first of all in the memory allocation phase a will be allocated some memory, and in the execution phase this outer function will execute. Everything in node.js file is a function, so this whole file written in this executes as a function. So first of all this function memory will be created and then it will be executed. So in memory allocation phase, first of all a will be allocated as undefined, and then in the execution phase it will be given it will be run at the runtime, and it will be assigned a equals to 10, and it will console log a, and this function will run and it will print a. But now coming back to our question, which is 10. So now coming back to the question, uh, we can say that I have written console log a. So we have not defined here about the variable a. So in the memory allocation phase, the JavaScript will not be able to know that whether the a is something I should allocate a memory to. So it will not able to get this variable from the memory allocation phase, and it will give error. So let us try to run this code. So I've selected this line of statement. I am running it. So I am running it. It is giving error. So it is giving reference error as the JavaScript is not able to reference that address of the memory allocated. So it is giving error. So this was the first question. Now coming back to the second question. Give it some time to yourself and try to think the solution to this problem. I hope you have thought of the solution. So let us again revise the concept which I have told you just now. So first of all, the memory allocation phase will be run, and it will be this console.log.a will not run, and first of all the memory will be allocated. So it will be given a as undefined, and then it will be executed. Then the function will execute it from top to bottom. It will be try to console log a, and it will give undefined, and then it will allocate the memory to it. So let us see what happens to this piece of code. So it is giving undefined. So this is the concept of hoisting which I have just taught you. So basically what happens when you define a function, a var variable is hoisted at the top of the function, and this process of allocating the memory to var variable as undefined is known as hoisting. So basically when a function is run, before running that function the memory is allocated and it is given undefined to a var variable. So now let us see the example third. So here we have not declared the variables as let var and const. We have just declared over this as a 10. So just try to think what will be the output of this code, and I will explain it later. Just pause this video and think. So basically here we have not defined let var and const. So JavaScript treat this variable as the fourth kind of variable, and it will assign the property a to the global scope. So the a will be assigned to the global scope, and since global scope is accessible inside this file function as well, it will result in the value 10 and it will not give an error. So we'll run this code and we'll think. So it is giving 10. So how it is different from var variable? I just told you that it is kind of a fourth type of variable apart from let, var and const. So it will be clear in this example. Just try to think of the answer and pause this video. So how it is different from var variable? Var variable are both function scope and global scope, but this kind how it is different from this kind of variable. So basically in this kind of variable, the JavaScript attach this function to the global this object. So basically it is not the property of it is not hoisted at the top of this function, it is hoisted at the top of the global object function. So if you try to run this code, it will first of all memory allocation phase, it will allocate variable a the memory in the global phase, but not here. So when you try to run this code, the console log a will give you the error. It is saying that a is not defined. So this is the difference between var variable and this a scope. But if you try to check from the global scope, you will be able to see that this variable is defined in the global scope, and in node.js we define the global scope by global this. So if you try global this dot a and you try to run this code, you will find that the so it is giving error because we have tried to access it before it is being assigned. So but in the global scope it has already been assigned. So let us try to console log this dot a. So basically I'll run this code again and I'll clear this output and run this code again. So it is saying 10. This tells that it is defined in the global scope. And let's see what happens when we copy paste it uh, before this a statement. So we have done this and we'll try to then this. Now let us see what happens here. So if I try to run this code, you will say that it is hosted at the top of the global scope, and if we want to run this code, you will say it is giving undefined. So this example is completed. Now pause for the fifth example and try to solve it. This example consists of a concept called lexical scoping or and overshadow. So basically, first of all, the memory allocation phase will take place. So it will allocate memories to, it will not run this function, it will try to allocate the memory. First of all, this where a will be allocated the memory as undefined, and after that it will allocate this memory to this foo function, and after that it is not run because it is a memory allocation phase. Now the code is executed line by line. Since currently the value of variable a is undefined, this will result in undefined, and after this the a will be allocated some memory 10, and then it will result in 10, and then after this function foo is run. So uh, now you can see that the scope of the concept of uh, scoping and overshadowing takes place. So first of all, this function has separate execution context recursively. Now this function is run, and I told you that variable where type of variables are function scope. So the method of memory allocation and execution phase will happen for this function as well. When you try to run this function, first of all the variables will be allocated the memory. So where a will be allocated will be given undefined, and then the function will run. So where undefined, so the top of this function will return undefined, and and where after where a will be assigned the variable 20, and then it will return 20. So now we are consoling log a. So now this function is over, and for this a variable the function created a new memory allocation, but now the execution of this function is over. So it will destroy this variable, and this console log will point to original variable, that is 10. So let us see what is the output of this code. I'll run this code. So you can see that first value is given undefined, 10, undefined, 20 and 10. So this was the concept of overshadowing and lexical scoping. If my content adds value to your learning, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more such content. It gives me an immense motivation if you like and subscribe my channel. Now coming to the sixth example, try to think of this sixth code, and and try to think of the solution to this sixth code. So this sixth example will give you the concept of searching the variable. If a function does not find a variable inside it, it search into its outer lexical scope. So this example will clear you about these concepts. So let us start again with the same memory allocation phase and execution phase. First of all, memory A will be allocated undefined. After this, function foo will be given undefined, and then the code will be executed line by line. So currently the value of variable A is undefined, and after that it is allocated a equals to 10, and then it will print 10. But now we forgot to run the function foo. But now let's say function foo is run. Now what should be the output of this code? Should it give error, or should it give uh, 10? So basically this is the concept of searching the variable in the outer lexical context. Whenever a function tries to uh, refer to a variable, then it searches if inside the function. If there is no memory allocated for the function, it searched in the scope that is present outside that scope. So here it will try to search the variable a, and then uh, it will find the variable that variable is allocated the memory 10, then it will print 10 over here. And now at last it will say that the variable a is 10 over here. So let us run this code and try to see what is the output. So you see that it is given undefined 10, 10 and 10. So this example is same as previous example, so I am hiding it, and I am opening the example number 8. So try to think of this code and try to think how will this code work and what will be the output of this code. I think you have thought of the output of this code. Now let's get started. So again the memory allocation phase will be continued. A will be given undefined, and then this function will be given some memory allocated, and then the code will be run from top to bottom line by line. Now console A will result in undefined. The variable will be given a value, and then it will console log a 10. But now the question arises, uh, what will be the output over here? As the previous question, it will be 10, since it is not able to find the declaration of variable a at in this program. So you can find the assignment of this reassignment of this variable, but you are not able to find the declaration of this variable a over this scope. So it will look at the outer lexical scope. So it will find that the variable is 10, and then it will result 10. Now the outer lexical scope environment has this access to a variable, and which is accessible over inside the function over here. Now if the a is given 20, it means that the outer variable is giving is being given the value 20. Then if you try to console log over here, it will result in 20. So let us run this code and uh, see what is the output over here. So we can see that output is undefined 10, 10 and 20. So now comes the homework question. I will reveal the output of this code in the next video. This is your homework and you should try to complete this homework before coming to the next class, and it will revise all the concepts learned by you till now. So uh, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you want more of such content. Thank you and goodbye.